also have the captain half-tip indication we should be landing on time. In preparation for landing, please ensure your cabin luggage is securely stowed, either pushed well underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead locker. All large or portable electronic devices that you may be using, such as laptops and iPads, must now be stowed securely. All headphones removed and all window blinds fully opened. Please also ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened, your tabletop is stowed, and your seat back is in a fully upright position with the armrest down.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good Sunday afternoon. Welcome back here to the channel. Another Prepare 3D video for you folks. Today we're in a new livery, new airline. Aer Lingus Airbus A320 Shannon 639 out of Brussels for Dublin at the moment. Getting kind of bored with some of the US sceneries we have there. And they just recently, MKStudios just released Dublin, so I decided to do a flight on out of Brussels for Dublin this evening. Picked up Brussels as well. It was about 25% off, so it was a nice city pair for the airline that we wanted to fly. It's also a new livery from the FSLABS A320 forum, and we are flying the newly released updated version of the FSLABS Airbus series, version 415. Some great enhancements, great improvements to that, to an already brilliant aircraft, brilliantly simulated aircraft with the FSLABS. A whole host of different features, some improvements, noticeable improvements, as well as it relates to the braking and steering on the ground performance. I realized that, and then some overall performance across the aircraft itself, especially in dynamic lighting and more strenuous sceneries and cityscapes and whatnot. So great job by FSLABS as usual. Get rid of that ATIS there. So we are on VATSIM. We are, let's see here, no one online at the moment. We're in Europe. It's roughly, gosh, after midnight over there. So we're flying this at our time, which is why it's still light out. But whenever I fly new sceneries, I like to see it in the daytime, which is why we have the UTC set. UTC time set a little in the past here. No other aircraft coming into Dublin at the moment. At least last I checked VATSIM. And we are on the newly released voice codec, that overhaul that VATSIM released last week, about this time last week. So we are on voice Unicom. I believe they reduced the voice range of that Unicom frequency to about 50 or so miles from the airport, just so you can communicate with traffic. But I think anything outside of that range and altitude, a certain altitude, you still have to communicate via text. So we did communicate that we've started our initial descent, and as we get closer to the airport here, we'll switch back to voice Unicom and announce the rest of our intentions. Speaking of intentions, today we're planning the RNAV RNP runway 34 approach into Dublin. We're currently on the arrival here, the bags 1 kilo arrival, coming up on rim view at the moment. And we've got all the altitude and speed restrictions programmed into the FMC. So this is us here on VATSIM. Coming to Dublin, we see one other aircraft. Looks like he just flew in from Amsterdam, so other than that, no one else on the arrival. So we should be fine traffic-wise. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Let's go ahead and get some updated weather information for Dublin. See if we need to update anything here in our performance page. So we've got winds 330 at 8. That still looks good. QNH 1023, 6 degrees Celsius. Broken clouds at 4,000. And a few at 24 and 35 as well. So that looks good. Nothing we need to update in our performance page. The meter and weather still looks consistent. Technically, 6 degrees Celsius is below that that 10 degrees Celsius mark where we would consider using anti-ice. But I think we're fine. If I'm not mistaken, the FSLABS does have ice detection system, so in that event we'll switch it on. Can't see anything here on the marker either, so I think we're good here for now. Beautiful livery. Again, if you fly the FSLABS Airbus series, I think it was recently released on the forums. You can find that as well as the sound pack that you guys heard as we started our descent there. Looks really good. Alright, we're gonna draw out some spoilers here to help us slow down a bit. This approach does come up on you quick. Again, first time coming into this airport, so we want to be as careful and as slow as possible here. And weather's not terrible, but it isn't great either. So. Alright, we were through 10,000 about 700 feet ago, so we get the landing lights on. No smoking, auto. Get the wing lights on as well. Let's see here, our airport. So runway 34. A little less than 7,000 feet of runway, but we're parking L14 or L142 this evening, so auto brake medium should do it, or maybe even auto brake low. We'll go with auto brake low. Alright, profile is looking good. Looking at my charts here for the transition altitude at Dublin. Can't seem to find it. Transition level, I guess, so that's assigned by ATC. We'll make that 5,000. And it comes up, so it is 5,000. Just received another update here, looking at ActiveSky on my left screen. So winds are now 3307, 5 degrees Celsius, and QNH still 1023. Alright, we can start talking on Unicom here, although again I don't see any traffic near or around us. Dublin traffic, Shannon 639, Airbus A320 through 3000 now, expecting the RNAV runway 34. Alright, we'll take flaps 1. Not sure what's up with that. Alright, my aircraft. So this was released about late last night, and I heard some folks mention that those smokestacks are actually not a part of the scenery, but rather a part of the prepared 3D scenery. So they are not modeled correctly, especially height-wise, so we need to watch out for that as we make our arrival into 3-4 here. Thank you, Norman. Got about 12 miles to go. Overshot that turn just a bit, but we should be fine.
2500.
Just checked. Yeah, so this arrival has us going right through those smokestacks. I think there is a XML file that you can, again, just reading from what folks were saying this morning, there's an XML file that you can edit to either get rid of it or reduce the size of it. But it certainly is a scenery and immersion killer, so we'll try to avoid it here and keep left of it. All right, flaps 2. I'm actually going to go auto brake medium. Flaps 3, gear down. And Dublin traffic, Shannon 639, Airbus A320, 6 mile final, runway 34, last call. See where we are in relation to those smokestacks. Alright, so just off to our left side. Alright, we can come right now and start course correcting, 5 mile final. And we are all visual now, so we'll get rid of the flight directors. And flaps full. Landing checklist, we got gear down, 3 greens, auto brake medium, spoilers are armed, flaps full, lights is required, and cabin crew has been advised. We're clear to land runway 34.
2000.
That's checked. Tiny bit of a crosswind here. And 5,000 is our missed approach altitude, so we've got that set. 1,000 missed approach altitude set or stabilized.
Above. Minimum.
Let's continue and landing.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
And we're down. Roll out, decel, first green, spoilers. $70 knots out of reverse, manual braking. Alright, auto brake medium did it for us. Exit here to the right. And Dublin traffic, Shannon 639, Airbus A320, clear runway 34. Strobes auto, runway turnoff can go, landing lights can go, that can go to taxi, APU on. One hour and 13 minutes. Let's see here. GSX. I actually did not add. That's not what I wanted. Not even sure if this is where they park, but this is where we're going today. So this is not even a stand. I'm sorry, it's not a gate, it's a stand. So we'll just pull up here to our left. Brake sets, APU available. Kill 2, kill 1. Seatbelts can go. Fuel pumps, beacon off. Alright, I think deboarding was requested. Yes, it was. We've got the service crew pulling up here. Alright, folks, that is us down at Dublin. Nice looking airport. Although I'd argue that Brussels actually looks better. We didn't do a departure video out of Brussels, but we'll probably do a return flight out of here back to Brussels in a few days. But other than that, not too bad. Not too bad for the first time coming into this airport in this region as well. I think we'll do some more European flights a bit more often just to mix things up. Anyway, thanks for watching as usual. Take care, and we'll see you next time.